highly regarded running back transfer has left WVU before ever seeing the field. Let's go. What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads Webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder, if you would, hit that like button. That helps this video hit the YouTube algorithm, helps it reach more Mountaineer Nation. And then if you would as well, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get more of this Mountaineer football content out to Mountaineer Nation. That being said, let's get into it. Alright, so last fall, I believe it was in December, West Virginia announced that they added a running back for this upcoming 2022 season in Clemson transfer running back Lyn-J Dixon. And a lot of people were really excited about this guy. He had a really good career early on there at Clemson, spent 4 years there, but he got disgruntled towards the end of his career. He ended up leaving the team and then decided to come to West Virginia. So I think right away, a lot of people were wondering if this guy had the attitude to fit in, had the work ethic, because I think some things with him and Dabo Swinney at Clemson did not work out so well when Lyn-J Dixon got pushed down a little bit on the depth chart. He became disgruntled and ended up leaving. Coming to West Virginia, a lot of people were excited about this guy, speedy guy, home run threat, something West Virginia hadn't had in the backfield in quite a while, myself included. But West Virginia also has some really talented young backs here on campus. 4-star guys, both came in last year as freshmen, Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson. In the spring game, we saw both of those guys play, along with, of course, Tony Mathis, the presumed starter, and then, of course, Lyn-J Dixon. I think Justin Johnson has really impressed the coaching staff this offseason, as well as Jalen Anderson being a little bit further ahead. So what has happened is Lyn-J Dixon maybe wasn't exactly where he wanted to be on the depth chart. I think he thought he was going to come in, be Letty Brown's replacement, be the main guy. Gets here, that's not the case. Tony Mathis is ahead of him. He's like, okay, I'll spell Tony Mathis. But then he finds himself in a competition with Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson as well. So I think that kind of hurt him a little bit, knocked him down. He wasn't as high on the depth chart he'd like to be. And the way I understand it is, following the spring, he just stopped showing up to team workouts, was disgruntled, felt he should be higher on the depth chart, and kind of hasn't been around since then. And so, it gets to a point where West Virginia needs to cut their losses, can't have those energy vampires, as we like to call them, in the locker room. Team chemistry is the #1 priority for this team and for the culture that Neil Brown's trying to establish. And if someone's not going to fit that culture, then they're not afraid to say, hey, maybe it's in both of our best interests if you try and find another school. And we've talked about that throughout this offseason with a lot of players that have transferred. There's been Neil Brown trying to establish the culture and maybe getting some players out that weren't such great fits when he came here, but he didn't have a choice because he didn't have the depth on the roster that he now has, that he can now be a little bit more selective about the players that he wants to have on his team as he continues to build this West Virginia culture. And this is just another case of that to me. I think Lyn-J Dixon's an uber talented type of player, but work ethic, one of my favorite sayings is always, hard work beats talent when talent won't work hard. And that remains to be the case. I'm not saying that that's true for Lyn-J Dixon, but from what we've heard, this kind of seems to be the case. I know in the spring the coaching staff wanted him to lose 5 or 10 pounds. He failed to do that. And then after the spring was really disgruntled, just quit coming around. So who knows where he'll end up, but Lyn-J Dixon back in the transfer portal. We'll never see him suit up in a Mountaineer uniform, unfortunately. Like I said, really talented player, but don't be too down on this. I think Justin Johnson is really going to impress some people. And as I said, West Virginia hasn't had a home run threat in the backfield in quite some time. Tony Mathis, more of a power guy, kind of similar to Letty's build, but Justin Johnson could prove to be a home run threat, though, over time. Just give him some space, and we'll see what happens. But I really like him, and I really like Jalen Anderson as well. So I think West Virginia still has 3 talented backs. Don't think there's no need to go out and add another one now. You got 3 good backs. You don't want someone else to get disgruntled leaving. Plus, you added a preferred walk-on in the offseason, Sivion Wilkerson, I believe, from Delaware State. So he's factored in there. Maybe get some carries, and you still have the other former walk-on as well, Marquand Rucker, there in the backfield. So I think West Virginia's set with the backs that they have. Tony Mathis is going to be your starter, and then Justin Johnson and Jalen Anderson spelling him, and I think they're both really good backs. One's a redshirt freshman, one's a true sophomore, so a lot of potential for those guys for the future. But that being said, what are your thoughts on the departure of Lyn-J Dixon? Are you mad about it? Are you indifferent? However you're feeling, let us know in the comments as we continue to try and interact with you guys here at Mountaineer Nation and grow the Country Roads Webcast. And I said one of the best ways as we continue to grow that, if you want to support, is definitely hitting that subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get this Mountaineer football content out to Mountaineer Nation. And then if you would, hit that like button. That really helps the video's performance as well and helps the channel's performance in the future. And then one of the best ways to support us, of course, is with Country Roads Webcast merch. As you can see see I'm wearing one of the tees now. You can get tees, you can get hoodies, you can get jackets, hats, mugs, cups, phone cases, stickers, buttons, whatever you name it, you can get it with the Country Roads Webcast logo on it, and that's one of the best ways to support us. So check out our merch link there in the video description if you'd like. That being said, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.